wrestling fans, Ratt Man, Rich Fulmer, and this is your Ratt Report. I haven't done one in a while. As a matter of fact, last time I did something was a super kick video, and you're going to find me a little bit more on social media. I am currently working on a website. I've been working on it for a while. What have I been doing? For those who want to know, it's been a hectic summer. It's been busy, it's been stressful, it's been awesome, it's been hot. I've been working, spending a lot of time with family, and trying the best I can to keep up on independent wrestling. And it's been hard, and I've failed a lot, but I've been keeping up on what's on TV. I've been keeping up. G1 Climax just ended. Battle of Los Angeles is going on as we speak, and GFW is full swing, just about. They're trying to get things going. Matter of fact, they're in TNA right now, working a storyline in TNA, and I'll be covering that. Tonight's show is going to be based on TNA. It's Sunday, August 30th, 2015, and here we go. A lot's been going on. We've lost two true giants in professional wrestling: American Dream Dusty Rhodes and Roddy Piper. May they rest in peace. I still get choked up and tear up when I discuss them. Even videos I watched on Twitter. I follow Hacksaw Jim Duggins, and I like his page, Hacksaw Jim Duggins, on Facebook too, and he did a happy birthday to Roddy Piper. It's one of the videos many videos that I watched, but this one sticks out because he says happy birthday to him. You go to Facebook, find Hacksaw Jim Duggins on Facebook, tell him the Ratt Man sent you, and like his page, watch his videos, check out his pics all over Glasgow. That's actually how it started. Him and his family tripped to Glasgow, Scotland, and took many pictures, many videos. I want to say that I'm always going to miss the Dream, and I'm always going to miss Roddy Piper. I did a video for both of these guys, and for Piper, what I did was I actually... it's funny because a week and a half, 2 weeks before Piper passed, I made a video for him, and I sent it to him on Twitter. Got a good response back from him, pretty positive. I loved it. I don't want to get into it right now, but it was awesome. Congratulations to Jax Dane, who just came back. NWA, BOW, NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He just came back from an injury, and he beat Tenzan down in Texas at a BOW show for the NWA National Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight title. Congratulations. It's funny, NWA, the longest running professional wrestling company of all time. It's hard to say that this is an independent show, independent company, but because of that, but it is, and their territory is still around all over the place. Just look up NWA.com, NWAWrestling.com, NWAClassics.com. You get to see a lot of the older stuff. NWAWrestling.com. You can find everything you want, all about all of their territories in your area. Support them. Let's get on with it. I like GFW. I like the fact that they are doing work with TNA. It's a way to boost both TNA and GFW. A lot of people in groups that I go to, Indie to TNA being one group, we have actual talent there. We have wrestlers there. We have promoters there, and we talk about everything independent from TNA, which isn't independent, ROH, which isn't independent, Lucha Underground, NWA, New Japan Pro Wrestling, All Japan Pro Wrestling, everything wrestling that is not associated with WWE, including not associated with anything that has to do with NXT either. I'm sorry, once you go NXT, I'm still going to follow you. I'm still going to watch you. I'm still going to be a fan. But I'm not going to see you. I'm not going to pay $9.99 for a network that's going to give me crap. It's the same thing over and over again. And I've already had it. I'm not doing it. The Hardys in the ring basically campaigning for Matt to have another shot at EC3's World Heavyweight title. EC3 comes out with Tigress, makes a deal with Jeff Hardy. If Matt wins, then Jeff will be EC3's bitch and spot his squats. I know what that means. I don't think I would want to see EC3 squatting. I don't want to spot him. I don't want to see anything. I hope Matt Hardy beats him. I thought the match was going to actually happen last night, Wednesday night, but it ended up not happening. I might have missed somewhere along the line. I thought for sure I was going to be able to see it. The ending of the show was kind of climatic, and we'll get on to that, but, we see how EC3 treats his bitches. Look at Rockstar Spud. I don't think Jeff Hardy's going to take EC3's, whatever you want to call it. I don't think he's going to take it too much, but we'll see what happens. Matt Hardy, later on in the show, EC3 and Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy agreed to this match, agreed to the stipulations, and so if Matt Hardy wins, obviously he becomes World Heavyweight Champion of TNA. If not, if he loses, Jeff becomes EC3's bitch. He's his personal assistant, but he's just a bitch. He's going to be his bitch. He's tailor-made suits, which is cool. But he's going to wash his car. He's going to spot his He's going to spot his squats. Let's spot this guy squatting. Maybe spot him taking a shit. Maybe he's just going to... Maybe he'll even wipe his ass. I don't know. We'll have to see. Next up, Chris Melendez versus EY. Winner gets the leg. That's right. Sergeant Chris Melendez will become one-legged. I'll stop it right there. This isn't the super kick. The super kick is where offenses are taken and not a fuck is given. This is the Ratt report, not the super kick. The EC3 or EY. I'm on that EC3 thing, man. EY wins using the ropes as leverage. Sarge takes the leg off. Kind of distasteful in my opinion. At least he didn't beat him with it again like he did last time. I understand. I didn't get offended. But even my twister was a little disgusted by it. And even though I didn't get disgusted or offended by this, I just thought it was in poor taste. I thought they would put Sergeant Melendez over and let him keep the leg, but maybe they have a bigger plan here. Who knows? I don't get offended easy, like I said. Even this did not offend me, but I gotta tell you, taking a wounded vet's leg may offend some people, and this is the day and age where everybody gets offended. You can't use certain words, you can't hang a flag, you can't have a gun, If you do have a guy that can only have so many rounds, you got Donald Trump doing his thing, and we'll go on. Let's just see how this goes. About the offended thing, I seen a meme the other day that read, being constantly offended does not mean you're right. It just means you're too narcissistic to tolerate opinions different than your own. So let that sink in if you're going to be offended by things. Like I said, this isn't the super kick, so we'll keep the offense to a minimum on this. Okay? X Division title match. DJZ versus Sanjay Dutt versus Tigre Uno. This match deserves recognition. Definitely now that GFW has been making waves in TNA, bringing in guys like Sanjay Dutt and PJ Black, who's King of the Mountain winner. This deserves recognition. This is putting matches like this are what the X Division's all about, and maybe matches like this are what is going to put the X Division back on the map, make it bigger. We're not going to have, I know there's no limits, there's no weight limits, but let's keep Abyss out of there. Let's keep the bigger guys out of there. Maybe more guys can come in and wrestle for the X Division title. And I think that with GFW in there, I think this is a good opportunity. You got the Bullet Club with them, you've got PJ Black with them, Drew Galloway's in there now, and the list goes on and on and on. So much potential. Maybe GFW can start a territory because they're bringing guys in from all over the world. I'd like to see some kind of territorial thing, not necessarily as big as NWA, but more talent coming in, fighting for X Division match, or X Division Gold, more X Division matches, because to me that's what makes it more exciting. The fast pace, the high flying. We'll see what happens next. Tigre Uno retains. Great X Division match. It definitely kept me glued to the screen. I didn't take my eyes off it hardly at all. I might have gotten up and got a drink of water. That's about it. Tag team match, Revolution versus the Wolves. This was a good match. Revolution was Manic and Abyss. James Storm did not like Mahab Shira doing the little dance thing. He told Manic, because Manic got involved in that, he wanted to have fun. You notice Manic is actually the one who got Shira involved with the Revolution. He's the one that brought him in. He was friends with him. He befriended him when he first came in. And we'll see what happens, because the Revolution ended up jumping Shira a few weeks ago. And you've seen how that works. James Storm came out, tried to help the Revolution win, but Shira came out, took Storm away. The Wolves then took advantage, divide and conquer, pin Manic 1, 2, 3, and the Wolves win. They retain their titles. This is what I liked. Like I said, all the titles were on the line. The only one that wasn't on the line was the World Heavyweight title, and there's a lot of things that confuse me about EC3 and their plan with this GFW thing. So we'll see what happens. I'm not sure I'm completely sold on EC3 being champion. However, he won it. He's new champion now, and he beat Kurt Angle for it, and it was actually a pretty good match. Knockouts title, Velvet Sky versus Brooke. Brooke, Knockouts champion. Dollhouse came out. It was a pretty good match back and forth. It's good to see Velvet Sky back. in TNA. I like her look. I like her new attitude. You see her on social media, and she's rocking that Dudley look. Dudley's are in WWE right now. We'll cover that another time. Dollhouse comes out, attacks Brooke outside. Then they go in. The bell rings. It's a disqualification. Velvet got disqualified, but she got beat up in the end. And then Rebel comes out. Now, you always know when somebody's going to attack because they're always back a little bit. If you watch, when you see attack, I shouldn't do this, but when you have a situation like Rebel comes out and attacks Velvet Sky, you've seen it coming. I don't know why they put Rebel in there with the Dollhouse. I know she's been working with OVW and she's been learning how to wrestle. She's been trying to hone her skills, which she does not have. And we'll see. It's been a while since we've actually seen Rebel in the ring. Let's see what happens next. She's now with the Dollhouse. Taryn Terrell said, "We're growing. This is our house. This is a Dollhouse. Blah blah blah." And Velvet Sky was left laying in the middle of the ring, beat up. What's going to happen now? Brooke has the title. Velvet's going to go after Taryn Terrell and the Dollhouse. Maybe we'll see Kong and Velvet and Brooke and Gail Kim all team up against the Dollhouse. Got enough knockouts right there for a knockouts elimination tag team match, fatal 8-way, fatal 4-way, not a 4-on-4, 8 knockout tag team match. That would be awesome to see. Drew Galloway they were talking to Mr. Anderson. Camera crew was talking to Mr. Anderson. An interview before his match, and behind Anderson you see Drew Galloway on the phone talking to somebody, pacing back and forth. And after Anderson walked, you see him. Drew Galloway's now a little agitated and saying, "Are you kidding me?" Hung up the phone and walked away. There was no more left to it. We'll get to that later on. King of the Mountain title shot. Anderson versus James Storm versus Bobby Lashley versus Bobby Roode. This was a great match. It could have went other way. Beer Money did the double suplex. I say Beer Money, but Bobby Roode, James Storm, in case you didn't know who Beer Money was, did the double suplex. They both, Beer Money! And they both threw their arms up in the air. James Storm tried for his last call super kick. Bobby Roode countered it. I marked out. I went completely nuts. I yelled Beer Money as they did it. I haven't heard that in so long. Was a huge fan of Beer Money. I would like to see those two come back and fight for the World Tag Team titles, but unless Bobby Roode joins the Revolution, I don't see that happening. Though it's possible. Last time those two were in a group together was Fortune 4. They were the core 4 of Fortune. So Bobby Roode wins, very well deserved. Now he's going to have a shot at PJ Black, who is part of GFW and the King of the Mountain. Champion, I guess you could say. I really don't know how they're doing that title. I think they're having that title be, if you are a winner, if you hold that title, you have a shot at the World Heavyweight title. I thought. but Matt Hardy's doing it now. Why doesn't PJ Black face an EC3? Put EC3 up against a really good competitor and see what happens. We all know PJ Black as Gabriel, Justin Gabriel in WWE, came from NXT. That same group with Nexus, Daniel Bryan, Skip Sheffield, who was Rye Bitch, Rye Botch, Rye Fat. Not Fat. That's Tyrus. Ryback, that's his name. Oh, Goldberg wannabe. All the KOs are going to be on the cover of this next year, 2016 calendar. I could have been happy with either one of them, but this is how it's going to be. I'm not sure if I'm excited or I really don't care. I'd rather see them in the ring than on a cover of anything, really, unless they're naked. That's it. You call me perverted for that. Call me whatever you want. That's fine. But you get my point. I'm not gonna buy this calendar. But it's good to see that they didn't just choose one and then leave the rest of them out. Whenever you have, a whole handful of beautiful women who are knockouts, who get in the ring, who do it better than most of the females out there, besides Shimmer, Shine, better than the divas. A knockout diva. Divas is shit. I'm sorry. Divas, don't really care about them, but these are knockouts. They're all going to be on the cover. Congratulations to the knockout crew, the knockout females, who are going to be on the cover of 2016 calendar. Get your calendars while they're hot. TNAWrestling.com. I'm sure you're going to find them. You're not going to find it here. So, Dixie comes out to make her announcement of who's going to take charge of TNA, aka GM or Commissioner, as I like to call it. GM it's to WWE, and Josh Matthews is just an idiot. There is a match, and I haven't commented on Josh Matthews during the X Division match. There was a sunset flip and a German suplex. Sorry, not Russian. German suplex, all in one shot. And Josh Matthews said it was a power bomb. It wasn't a power bomb, you fucking moron. Okay, let's keep going. Dixie Carter comes out. I did like the dig that she had at Bischoff and Nogan, saying, "Oh, I know what I'm doing, but thanks anyway." And you see where TNA is dropped out of, they almost went broke. I'm going to say that. They almost went broke. And they almost lost their ass thanks to Hogan and Bischoff. And I don't care. I think that had a lot to do with Vince McMahon. Same with, I feel that Vince McMahon had a lot to do with WCW. That's why I don't like Vince McMahon. That's why I don't really care for WWE, because the product isn't interesting to me. TNA had really good product, from like 2002 to like 2007, 2008. Once Nogan and Bischoff came, things kind of started going to crap. Bad storylines. You brought Nogan's daughter in there, who's ugly as sin. Her ass, her body, her everything is one gummy bear away from having a big old ass. Her ass is as big as her nose, and she needs to have plastic surgery done on her entire body. Hogan needs to keep his hands off of her. If you're gonna incest your family. Fine. I don't have a problem. Like I said, there's nothing in this world that bothers me like that. But you should probably not do it in public where people have cameras and you're a celebrity. Case in point, Hulk Hogan using the N-word all over the place and getting in trouble. You get my point. Social media is a very dangerous place if you are famous or you are trying to get famous. It's a very dangerous place, and it will do one of two things. It will make you or it will break you. Chances are, if you're making statements like Hogan did, probably going to break you. Definitely going to break you. Let's just keep going. She calls out Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett comes out, talks a little, says that he's glad that he's back in TNA, back in the Impact Zone. Dixie and Double J, they worked so well together for so many years till Nogan and Bischoff came back, and they kind of, Jeff Jarrett, they got rid of Jeff Jarrett, even though he has shares, he's a shareholder. He kind of lost everything that Hogan treated him like crap. Bischoff treated him like crap. He left. Now he has his own thing going, and we see what happened, what actually went down Thursday. Normally, when I was doing a video, I would give you a main event. There wasn't a main event. Perhaps if you check out the Ratt Report on Facebook or on Twitter, I will post what happened in case you missed it. The end, from beginning to end. It's not going to be on this video. It's not going to be anywhere around this video. I might post it up though. So Drew comes out and says he found something out. Drew will be involved in the Battle of Los Angeles for PWG, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, this month. Huge Battle of Los Angeles, huge tournament for Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. Jeff Jarrett calls him a tall drink of Scotland water. I thought that was funny. Tall, long drink of Scotland water. So he says that Drew Galloway starts accusing Jeff Jarrett of being the one who attacked Bully, who is now in WWE with the Dudleys. Now, I don't know why they went there. They would make more money elsewhere, but really, if you think about it, the Dudleys kind of made the right move in their stage of their career. Road Warriors did the same thing. They ended their career in WWE. The difference was they were not part-timers. And I'm predicting now that the Dudleys will become part-timers. Another Undertaker, another Brock Lesnar, another Rob Van Dam. This WWE's become the retirement home for professional wrestlers. So if you want to see old men wrestle, turn on Raw. Turn on Raw, turn on SmackDown, watch a WWE pay-per-view. You're going to see the Dudleys, you'll see Undertaker, you'll see Brock Lesnar, you'll see all the old timers coming back. Maybe you won't see Hulk Hogan because, gosh, he's off doing something else, and it's funny that they brought Hulk Hogan back. So anyway, turns out Jeff Jarrett's name was on the cars of the getaway guys getaway car, the rent-a-car that was used to take away the assailants who beat up Bubba and Drew Galloway, and Jeff Jarrett's kind of denying it. Of course, are you kidding me? Trying to deny it. Karen comes out and admits that she was the one that called in the hit on these two guys, and it was because Jeff Jarrett deserves TNA. I agree. He founded it. He built it. He got shitted on in the end, and now he's back, and he wants to take it back. This is a good move for TNA and a good move for GFW, because you want to boost up ratings on both. And actually, since GFW and Jeff Jarrett have been with TNA, we see the numbers have rose drastically. I'm not a fan of takeovers. I'm not a fan of invasions. I'm not a fan of, the NWO thing. It's here and gone. It's over. It's passe. Immortal tried it, and that's what killed TNA. I'm hoping that they do a little bit different of a storyline, but this is what we have. So, Double J kicks Drew Galloway in the handbag, drops him. GFW guys come out. TNA guys come out. Big fight. GFW in the ring with their hands held high in a V. Drew Galloway laying in the middle of the ring. This is what I don't understand. The Hardy Boys were just there. They didn't come out. EC3 is TNA World Heavyweight Champion. He was there. Him and that fat ass oaf, overgrown Amish tattooed idiot tigress. He was there. Why didn't they come out to help? It's Dixie Carter is kayfabe. They say kayfabe. Aunt Dixie to EC3, and he didn't come out. Why didn't he come out? This is supposed to be his company. Could it be because Dixie kind of threw him to the wolves and said, you're champion. You have to defend this title no matter what. It's not like it was before. I'm not going to stick up for you anymore. I'm not doing this. I am Dixie Carter. I've changed my stripes. Well, probably because her head bounced off that mat after Bully Ray put her through the table finally so many months ago. That was something for the books, I'll tell you that. But EC3 is Dixie's nephew. If he's nephew, why is it he didn't come out and help? Why didn't the Hardys come out and help? Did they leave the arena already? It's kind of hard to tell. I'm not sure, but I kind of torn on the ending. GFW actually showed their dominance for the first time in TNA. Really showed their dominance anywhere. Now, let's think about this. We know that the Bullet Club is with TNA. It was with Global Force Wrestling. We know this. How do we know this? Because Doc and Gunn and the Young Bucks have signed, and they've been doing shows with them. Are they permanent with them? I don't know. Will TNA let Doc come back? The Young Bucks? Will they use the Young Bucks, or will they use Generation Me as they were before? I'm hoping that they're the Young Bucks. They're not Generation Me. They were before. They are not now. When they came back for a one night only pay-per-view, they were Generation Me. But I'd rather them come back as the Young Bucks. I don't think WWE, I don't think TNA has a big enough roster. But currently, Global Force has Doc. They have Gunn. Let's see what happens. And I'm not saying Gunn. When I say Gunn, I don't mean Gunner. I mean Carl Anderson, Machine Gun. I'd like to see Bullet Club invade TNA. Bullet Club, for those who don't know who Bullet Club is, if you're following this, and chances are you know who the Bullet Club are. I just want to say that nobody in New Japan Pro Wrestling, NJPW, are going to do any talent swipes, talent exchange. There's nothing going on. Forget the dirt sheets that you're reading, because they're all crap. They're all dirt sheets. And you read them, this guy doesn't know anything about New Japan Pro Wrestling, doesn't know anything about TNA, doesn't know anything about independent wrestling, barely knows anything about WWE. Just another dirt sheet, Dave Meltzer. Fuck you, Dave Meltzer. Kind of articles. Don't believe that. You see something that they're doing a talent exchange or they're working with WWE, don't believe it. It's not true. Bullet Club will not go to WWE. Absolutely not. AJ Styles makes way more money than WWE is offering them. I know this because AJ Styles said it in an interview. He's making more than TNA and WWE both gave him. What they offered him. I'm wondering if AJ Styles is going to come back with the Bullet Club to invade TNA. I think that they need to bring in their guns. GFW needs to bring in their big guns against the crew in TNA. I would like to see that happen. Really would like to see that happen. AJ Styles spitting in Dixie Carter's face by beating EC3 and winning back the TNA World Heavyweight title again, and then taking it with him and defended it all over the world again against more guys than just the Great Sonata and a few in AAA all over the world. AJ Styles took that belt everywhere. It's hard to say who all he defended it against, but he defended it against a lot of people. Former IWGP champion, but Gallows and Gunn are IWGP tag team champions. I'm curious to know how this is going to go. I'm curious to know where TNA is going to go from this, how they're going to work TNA and GFW. I think we're looking at a hostile takeover. I really don't want to see a hostile takeover. I want to see matches. I don't want to see talk. I don't want to see people getting beat up backstage and not be able to watch them outside. I don't want to see that. I want to see matches. I want to see GFW versus TNA, or GFW versus GFW, TNA versus TNA. Give them both a stage. Because really this is what GFW wants. It's a stage. And they deserve it. I think Jeff Jarrett deserves GM spot, commissioner spot. I really don't like to use general manager. It's too SmackDown, too Raw, too Michael Cole, too just terrible. So commissioner role, who's going to be the boss of talent relations? Who's going to be the one making the decisions? Could be Jeff Jarrett. Maybe he might not have a choice, but we'll see. Next week on Destination America, we're gonna see that. Right now, I'm going to go out and watch ROH. I will be posting this. If you're watching this now, I've posted it. I hope you've enjoyed the show. This is Ratman Rich Fulmer, and this has been your Ratt Report.